what is your take on baby-led weaning, right? I think this
Mm.
is another topic that has received so much controversy that should I do baby-led weaning? Should I just feed the baby? Because it can get to be such a frustrating process. But how do you feel about it, and what's your expert advice?
Baby-led weaning is the way to go. And spoon feeding is just us parents having a panic attack and being so obsessed with my child needs to finish 120 ml of ragi porridge every day, and I'm going to do what I got to do to get that in their mouth. And that's not okay.
Mm.
And honestly, with a lot of the clients I work with, they do start with baby-led weaning and it doesn't always last. But I can tell you the beautiful thing, the clients that have followed through, their kids have such an amazing relationship with food. They will go to a hotel and they'll walk down for breakfast, and that child will be sitting there eating French toast while everyone else is running around begging their child to eat the food. So it's a lot of work short term, but the benefits are amazing and they definitely outweigh the harm. So and baby led weaning was always around. It just got popular recently because spoon feeding is being done wrong. Because we're feeding our baby 2 bites, they close their mouth, and everyone's like, no, no, no. And automatically, the distractions, the toys, the begging happens. And then the baby's like, no one's listening to me. I'm not into this anymore. And that's when all the struggles begin.
And what about the formula versus breast milk debate?
Yeah, this is something that has to be spoken about because you don't know the amount of moms when I'm talking to them about starting solids, you know what their first line to me is? Oh, I'm so sorry, but I am doing formula. And this formula shaming needs to stop.
Mm.
It's not okay. And it's so self-inflicted. Like the moms feel so, so bad. And okay, this breast is best. Sure. Breast milk is great.
Yeah.
It's really, really good. But we cannot expect every mother to breastfeed. And I feel moms are being very smart when they choose to formula feed. When they realize they're not getting enough milk, they are choosing to make sure that their child actually thrives by giving them formula. Do you know formula is the most regulated food product in the world?
No.
It has to be because it's being given to babies. There's a reason they put what they put in there. It's so strictly regulated because you're giving it to such small babies and they need so much nutrition that we don't need to fear it. And a lot of people say, oh, but they're adding sugar and vegetable oils. Do you know the reason they put the vegetable oils in the formula? Why do they put all of these vegetable oils? Is because they are mimicking the composition of the fatty acids in breast milk. And the only
Mm.
way to match that is by blending those vegetable oils together. They're not doing it for fun. The reason they're putting lactose in there and they're not putting oats and rice as a form of carbs is because they know that babies cannot digest oats at 1 month of age.
Yeah.
So, of course, breast is best, but it is totally okay to offer your child formula. They can still thrive. So I get very, very upset when moms feel bad about it. It's not fair.
Is there a superfood that could help with the kid's brain?
Yeah, you can do a smoothie. So coconut milk smoothie, it's very simple. You just take some unsweetened coconut milk. You can add a spoon of nut butter or tahini, then any fruit your child likes. So you can add that in as well. You can add a bit of oat powder and blend it. And you can offer it as a smoothie, or if your child doesn't like smoothies, freeze it and make it popsicle sticks and just enjoy an ice cream with them in the
Mm.
afternoon. So you can make it fun. And basically, all these ingredients are giving the fat, the protein for digestion, for brain growth, for them, their moods to be stable. All of this is beneficial.
So I've been noticing, because Noor is about
Yeah.
7 months, but so many of her peers actually started solids at 4 months.
Mm.
Is this a new trend? Is this what's being recommended for babies now?
So, actually, just in 2002, the World Health Organization changed starting solids from 4 months to 6 months. So, actually, for the longest time, babies were starting solids at 4 months. Now, when you start solids at 4 months, you can't even sit up. So what was happening then? This is when all this dal ka pani, this rice cereal, all these companies took advantage. Let's make these rice cereals and sell it because babies cannot eat or chew, so they need to slurp food. You cannot start solids at 4 months. It is not okay. Because your baby, first of all, can't even sit up. They can't
Mm.
digest food properly. They don't have the enzymes to digest it. They don't have head and neck control. It's actually not safe to give them food earlier than that. And there's no need. Again, it stems back to our obsession with quantity. Let's just get them to eat so, they're happy. And even if your child is staring at you eating, it doesn't mean they're ready to eat. Even if they're up all night, so many people tell me, oh, my baby's up all night. They're hungry. I need to start solids. No, they're going through sleep regression. They're learning about the world, these milestones. We mistake it
Yeah,
for, oh, I'm
yeah.
ready for solids.
Why do we give salt only after a baby turns one?
So I'll just be technical about this. You need 400 mg from 0 to 1 years of age. 200 mg is coming from breast milk and formula. So that extra 200 mg, we cannot risk it. See, there's no study saying something bad happened because a baby had too much salt, but there's no study saying something really good happened. So we have to stay on the safe side.
Mm.
Post 1 year of age, they are allowed double the quantity. So then I recommend adding salt. And a lot of people say, oh, let's not bother with salt. It's okay. But actually, salt has a lot of minerals. It's okay. It's important to give kids. So do add a pinch of salt post 1 year of age. It's more the packaged foods with all that extra sodium that's causing a harm.
I think what you're doing is actually amazing, but I also know that like so many parents still feel like, and I went through this as well. It's that you feel like, oh, why am I turning to a nutritionist? Like, this is
Mm,
basic, how we all grown up. There were no
mm.
nutritionists back then for kids, and we turned out fine. And
We didn't turn out fine.
it's a mindset shift, right? That's
Yeah,
also required to actually come in and ask these questions and be
yeah,
able to be vocal about these questions that
yeah.
and kind of not take for granted that, okay, my child is getting enough protein, my child is getting enough iron. Or do you think we're just a generation that's just obsessive about our kids?
I think we're asking the right questions now that our parents just didn't bother to ask. I feel it's so important today to be educated as a parent.
Are we overeducated though?
Of course. Because I remember before starting solids, I didn't know anything about nutrition. And the doctor told me to start at 5 months. And I went back home and I downloaded all the books. I followed everyone on Instagram. But then I was up every day till 5 a.m. because one book saying give liver and beef. And I'm like, my kids are vegetarian. Thank you very much. Another book is saying only purees. Another one saying only finger foods. And in fact, I was like crying because I was so overwhelmed. I went to the supermarket and I said, why are there 20 spoons? Like, which one do I choose? I was so overwhelmed. And guess what? I did all the wrong things, even though I had all the information in front of me. So I think today, as parents, it is very overwhelming, but that's why it's important for us to try and ask these right questions. And that's why you see now in the baby industry, there are people like nutrition consultants, sleep consultants, physiotherapists who are actually there to help you. And I think today, as adults, we are asking for help. And I think that's kind
Hmm.
of nice. Our parents never did it.